So there's a new revelation that's come out about the Emmett Till story. Now, Emmett Till was a young man, about 14 years old, that came from Chicago, and he went down to visit family in Sumner, Mississippi. Now, during that time period, of course, Mississippi was one of the worst states you could be in as a black person. Now, these black children, including Emmett Till, went into their store, the woman by the name of Carolyn Bryant, and they went to get 2 cents worth of bubble gum. Now, she ended up telling them get out of the store, and she claimed that Emmett Till not only grabbed her and said that he's been with white women before, but also that he whistled at her. So then she told her husband, and her husband went with his half brother and abducted Emmett Till, tortured this young man to death, and shot him. Now, his mother decided to have an open casket with Emmett Till, and that's the picture that we all have seen, the death casket of Emmett Till. And because of the death of Emmett Till, it sparked the civil rights movement. Now, after all these years, Emmett Till's mom has passed away. She fought so hard for civil rights. This woman, and I'm going to say this devil, because that's exactly what she was, a devil, come out in a book and reveal to a reporter that none of what she accused Emmett Till of doing happened. It was all a lie. It was all made up. Now, we know how they lie. I've done a story a few months ago about a white supremacist police female swear up and down a black man had shot her, and she was describing to a T what he supposedly was wearing until they investigated and found out she was lying. But in that interview, she was lying with a straight face. And it scares me to watch anybody that will sit there and lie with a straight face, and they be so convincing with their lying. This woman went in court, tried to tell this story, but the judge had struck it at the time and said, you know what? Now that testimony is not really relevant to what actually happened, but the defense at the time wanted it on the record just in case they need to appeal. And when that court case went on, they didn't even get convicted of anything. They were acquitted, noticed by a all white male jury. And yet today, what do we still see with juries? All white juries or majority white juries. And that's how they get their convictions. That's why they fought Brother Olu Stevens so hard against trying to have a diversified jury. And if we have diversified juries, you will stop all these convictions that's going on that shouldn't be going on. And also, what Sister Sadia suggested, when they strike a juror, they should be writing down why, and then it should be public record why they're doing it. But continuing, this woman also stated that one of her sons died as well. And when one of her sons died, she thought about Emmett Till's mother. And that's a good thing that she got to experience that, because you sat there and caused the death of someone's innocent child, and look what happened to yours. You got put in the same position. So they're hiding this woman's location. She's in secret. Now, I think she should be charged with something, because if anything, she's an accessory to a murder, because if it wasn't been for her saying what she was saying, they wouldn't have done that. So how is it this woman gets to go off into the sunset and be fine, but yet she don't get charged or anything? But you see, all this evil that's happened to our people over the years, and then they wonder why we react the way we react, or why we have a vitriol about certain things. And then the worst thing they can do is come up to us and say it was a long time ago, why you guys still talk about it. Now look at what happened 2 weeks ago in Chicago, where you had the white special needs guy with 4 kids in Chicago. Look what happened there and how they was reacting. Now imagine if they had a white version of Emmett Till, how they would be reacting. Or all the different stories that we've had of people being lynched, being tortured, all kind of stuff. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we look at this stuff with Emmett Till, and it also goes back to, once again, we're going to talk about why a lot of the old people would tell the young black boys to stay away and don't even look in the direction of white women. You got to understand, in history, if a black man looked at a white woman and she went told the white man and she feels uncomfortable because he looking at me, they will lynch you. They will torture you for fun. They will cut off your fingers, your toes, your ears, your tongue, and they'll save it as souvenirs. Set you on fire and watch you try to climb a tree. Just fun stuff for them. That's what they would do for hours. Just off of those mere accusations. Look at Black Wall Street. Off of an accusation that actually the girl said didn't happen, saying that the black person touched her, and the news media, which the media has been very, very weaponized against the black people. That's why I fight anti-black propaganda. Put in the newspaper, oh, black man, he raped a white girl, and that's why they went in there and destroyed Black Wall Street. They're jealous that black people built that whole town and everything that was thriving for themselves. Black people living in mansions, and the white males come back in World War I and say, how is it that they living in mansions but we living in shacks? See, they couldn't stand that sort of thing. Everything that we built, they could try to find some sort of angle. And a lot of times they use the white female to do that. So this is why a lot of black women will say, stay away from white women. And even though I was even told the same thing by my grandmother, I was told all these stories about what happened to black people. I seen it with my own two eyes. A white girl chase after a black guy, go do something with him, and then he the one gets in trouble. She don't. It's been so many stories like that. You had a black young man in Louisiana got charged with child porn after she sent him naked pictures. But these white male fathers get upset that their daughter chasing a black man, and they gonna try to do something about that. This is why they've said that over and over and over. It's still going on. They try not to publicize that when it actually happens. So this is why, like I said, my grandmother told me, look, we got ebony and ivory. You can do that. And if you don't get with a black woman, get with somebody that at least can relate to the struggle and things that they possibly go through, like discrimination and stuff like that. And from what I've seen in life, I get where she's coming from with that in a lot of areas. But at the end of the day, like I say, with that, do what you want. But historically, black men has been lynched, castrated, and everything else behind white women like Carolyn, Bryant, and many others like that white female police officer I was telling you about, lying on black men. But it's just more stuff that we already knew, that how these people lie on us constantly, want to justify their murder and devilment that they do all over this nation to us and other people of the earth. But, you know, of course, they're going to try to get slither out of it like a snake, but it doesn't matter about that. We know the truth. And I'm glad this woman did get to experience some karma about losing her son at the time period. Before I wrap this up, make sure to go to our Advise Show media channel. We'll put a card up, and subscribe to that channel as well. Help us get more subscribers and get up to 100,000 on there. We're reporting white on white crime every day, and also who's really waging war on cops. We also have classic videos, some of the comment videos that we probably going to bring back, and also podcast style videos as well. So check that channel out, and it's a whole different section of what we're doing. Also follow us on Twitter as well at Advise Show Media, and also a second one at The Advise Show. Do a lot of talking on Twitter more than anywhere else. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories.